Do these two fathers hold crucial missing pieces? Or are their stories simply filled with gaps? Today we're looking at Donwell's DUI that connect him to Van Hill Road, the same road where investigators recently searched a property connected to the Summerwells case. We'll go over Don's inconsistencies about why he was on Van Hill Road, and we'll use Google Maps to visually walk through both. The Van Hill Road property that was searched and the exact area where Don was pulled over and arrested. We'll also discuss the latest developments involving Anna's father, who reportedly refused to testify in his stepchildren's custody hearing on December 5th. Do you remember when Don Wells was arrested for a DUI? The search warrant executed by TBI and FBI agents was for an address on the same road, Van Hill Road, where Don Wells, Summer's father, was arrested for a DUI after Summer went missing. The property on Van Hill Road is owned by Paul Hill, who is related to Fred Hill. Fred Hill was Don and Candace's neighbor. Summer went missing on June 15, 2021. We can't connect Don to the property on Van Hill Road, but we know he is familiar with the area and traveled down Van Hill Road the night he was arrested. 4 months after Summer went missing, Don also had inconsistencies as to why he was even on Van Hill Road where he got arrested, and it's very suspicious. Don gave 2 conflicting stories about that night. He told the judge that he had left home because of a fight with Candace, but a blog post on their website for their missing daughter said they needed cigarettes. The property that was searched on Van Hill Road is 12 minutes from Don's house on Ben Hill Road in Rogersville, and only 4 minutes from Ben Hill Road and Hawkins Lane, the place where Don was pulled over and arrested for a DUI. On October 30th, 2021, around 10:14 p.m., a deputy saw a white GMC Sonoma traveling on Van Hill Road toward the Hawkins-Greene County line. The GMC attempted to make a left turn but ran off the road onto the grass, leading to a traffic stop. The question remains, why was Don on Van Hill Road the night he was arrested? The same road as the property that was recently searched. It's only natural to wonder what truly unfolded that evening. Were emotions running high? Did tension about Summer lead to an argument? Did thoughts of what he might know about Summer overwhelm him? Was he desperately searching for someone he believed might know something about Summer? Some have wondered whether he may have been coming from that property. Many people feel that Don may carry pieces of the puzzle, pieces that, if shared, could finally offer clarity. Now, we'll take a closer look on Google Maps at the Van Hill property, as well as the stretch of Van Hill Road where Don was pulled over. When you look at the property on Van Hill Road, the metal building, the scattered sheds, the stacks of lumber, the open ground stretching out toward the pond, it's hard not to wonder why Don could have been there on the night he was arrested. The area appears so isolated, so tucked away, that it raises even more questions about what truly happened that evening. From the satellite images, the property on 3500 of Van Hill Road appears to include a large metal building or workshop with a light-colored roof, several smaller outbuildings or sheds scattered nearby, a residential home located slightly downhill from the larger structure, multiple gravel or dirt driveways that connect the buildings, several vehicles, including trucks, parked around the main building, what looks like trailers or utility equipment near the workshop, a large, mostly cleared, open dirt grass area surrounding the structures, stacks of cut logs or lumber stored in multiple piles, a pond near the southern edge of the property, hillside and wooded areas surrounding the cleared section. Overall, the land appears rural, partially wooded, and used for a workshop, storage, or possibly logging-related activity. This is the route Don may have taken from the Van Hill property to the spot where he was pulled over, just 4 minutes down the same road on Hawkins Lane, heading towards Greene County Line Road. We're going to follow Van Hill Road down to Hawkins Lane, where Don was arrested. This is Hawkins Lane, where Don attempted to make a left turn, but instead went into the grass. It was here that officers stopped him, leading to his DUI arrest that night. The father of Anna Kepner reportedly avoided officials trying to deliver a subpoena ahead of an upcoming custody dispute involving his stepchildren. What is he trying to hide? Hudson has asked a judge for custody of the couple's daughter, saying that Chantal's parenting has placed their son's future in jeopardy, a claim she firmly denies. Chris had been ordered to appear in court on December 5th. However, the process server reported being unable to hand the subpoena to him directly. When the server arrived at his Titusville, Florida home, Christopher's SUV was running in the driveway and the house lights were on, but no one came to the door. A no trespassing sign and a Ring doorbell camera were also noted on the property. After announcing their presence several times, the server left the paperwork on the SUV's windshield. When they returned later, the subpoena was no longer there. Federal forensic technicians are racing against the clock to recover one erased message from Anna's stepbrother. A message investigators now believe may contain the final truth about what led to Anna's death. When agents examined the stepbrother's iPhone, they found a single text message sent sometime between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., just hours before Anna was found. The message had been deliberately deleted, but technicians could still see the exact timestamp and the recipient, another family member on the cruise. It was erased less than 2 hours before Anna was discovered. Recovery efforts are described as urgent and ongoing. Deleted iPhone messages often survive in unallocated storage, iCloud backups, or even on the recipient's device. Every hour matters. If the text contains a confession, a plea for help, or instructions on how to hide Anna, it could lead to conspiracy or negligence charges for the father and stepmother if one of them received a text and he told them what happened. Either way, the public will know soon. The unsealed court file guarantees it. Meanwhile, Anna's grandmother, Barbara Kepner, still calls him my grandson, through tears, but even she falters when asked about the gap in his memory. She said he was drunk. They all were. The parents had let them drink once the ship entered international waters. After that, things got fuzzy. Something about these fathers' stories just doesn't add up. But what do you think? Are they holding back information? What are they trying to hide? Did these fathers hold the missing pieces of this puzzle? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.